The report, Stop Ghost Gear, the most deadly form of marine plastic debris, highlights how this form of pollution is harmful to over 60% of marine mammals, half of seabird species, and all species of sea turtles. Ghost gear is all types of fishing gear that is not retrieved from the ocean, including nets, fishing lines, and cages. Animals become trapped in the gear, which often lead to slow and painful deaths. It's also harmful to marine habitats like coral reefs. The WWF says ghost gear must be high on the agenda in efforts to stop plastic pollution.
Every fisher would agree that they hate losing their fishing gear, but very few fishers agonize over the impact the gear continues to have on marine life and the environment. In South Africa, we have the added problem of theft of marker buoys, and we also have a very high energy coastline, which increases the risk of losing fishing gear such as lobster traps, hoops, and octopus spots. This has major consequences as the lost baited traps will slowly starve its captives, whereas lost octopus spots lines will provide high risk of entanglement for whales. Even well-attended trap and pot fisheries pose a huge entanglement risk to whales.
The report found that between 500,000 and 1 million tons of marine litter consist of fishing waste. In South Africa, with its coastline of nearly 3,000 kilometers, millions of people rely on the ocean. Ghost gear poses a threat to not only sea life, but also to human livelihoods. But there are ways to turn the tide.
Tuna, swordfish, longline fisheries, they deploy radio beacons regularly along the main line. So when there's a break of the main line, the vessel is able to locate and retrieve the lost gear. There is also simple everyday measures that can be very effective, such as not dumping old fishing gear in the ocean or moving away from fishing spots that regularly ensnare fishing lines or nets, and ensure that any ropes and box strapping used during fishing operations are free from forming loops and are responsibly discarded.
The WWF says gaps in current international frameworks include a lack of coordinated efforts to address and assess the extent of ghost gear in the marine environment, and no global liability and compensation mechanism for pollution by plastic, including ghost gear. Mariska Botha, SABC News, Cape Town.